From Breitbart News, New York City Mayor Eric Adams suggests New Yorkers open their homes to migrants. By the way, I very much doubt this is going to be a suggestion. The commie road that New York is going down, I think that Eric Adams is going to kind of make it a requirement. He's going to do his damnedest. Right now, he's offering to pay people, so there's incentive right there for people to open up their homes. Oh, that's great. That's just lovely. So you're incentivizing illegal aliens to come to America and make their way to New York City. Lovely. And he wants to spend taxpayer dollars to pay private homeowners to house these people. Yeah, what happened to wait in Mexico, by the way? What happened to detention centers? What happened to actually holding these people accountable for breaking our laws? We're going to reward them instead. Yeah, if you're able to sneak across the border and make it to New York City, we're going to give you free housing. What about me? I'm paying a shit ton in regards to rent. Somebody going to subsidize my rent? No. You're doing too well. You're not a broke bum living on the street yet. Who ended up on the street because of your own bad choices. No. You made all the right choices, so we're going to punish you. But this bum from south of the border who's breaking our laws and crossing our border illegally, we're going to give him free housing and free rent and free food. Oh, yeah, we're going to give him a fucking work visa, too. That's great, Eric Adams. Gee, thank you. And it's going to be at my expense. Yeah, that's socialism for you. Rewarding bad behavior and essentially penalizing good behavior since the late 1700s, yo. He's got a great track record, too, don't you know? Yeah. Anyway, before I get into this story, I'd like to ask those of you out there that like and appreciate my content to go check out my BitChute channel. bitchute.com/The Realist Philosopher. That's bitchute.com/The Realist Philosopher. For those of you who don't know what BitChute is, it's a video hosting platform very much like YouTube, except it has less censorship. Doesn't have no censorship. If it had no censorship, you'd have people posting videos of eating babies and shit. So you gotta have some standards. You gotta have some boundaries imposed. And of course, it does have some shadow banning as well, as I have discovered. But it is located, its main headquarters are located in Europe, specifically in England, the UK, so it's no real surprise. But it's better than YouTube. So go check it out, bitchute.com/The Realist Philosopher. That's bitchute.com/The Realist Philosopher. Go check it out. So back to this story. This cue ball-headed motherfucker who can't run his own household, let alone a fucking city, thinks it's a real good idea to pay New Yorkers with their own money to house illegal aliens. Yeah. That's great. We're going to give you your own money back so you will house these people who are a net drain on the system, and then we're going to raise your taxes to pay for it. So you're actually paying for it. You're just too stupid to know it, because, you're a lefty. So, since the spring of last year, more than 72,000 border hoppers, wetbacks, and illegal aliens, well, at least they used the correct terminology there, have arrived in New York City. How'd they get there? What, did they thumb it the whole way? No, Joe Biden, he chartered a jet from an Air Force base in the middle of the night and then flew them to another Air Force base in New York City. At taxpayer expense. Meaning we printed more money. And then he let them off in the middle of New York. From buses with blacked out windows. And they had to fend for themselves. Yeah. Isn't that kind of worse than what DeSantis did by sending those 50 illegal aliens to Martha's Vineyard? Because at least Martha's Vineyard, they got the resources to deal with this. No. That was a political stunt. But this, no. Not the same thing at all. So they arrived in New York City, somehow, magically. These brilliant geniuses, who are, of course, the best, have figured out teleporter technology, and they just snapped their fingers like Q and magically appeared from Texas in the middle of New York City, somehow. I guess there's a wizard like Doctor Strange and every one of these groups who can just use their fucking sling ring to open a fucking portal and magically teleport these people to New York City. It's not Joe Biden sending them there. Oh no. The majority of which, 37,500, remain in the city's shelter system. Yeah. And meanwhile, Americans, they languish in the cold and die from exposure. But hey, you know, those are Americans. We can't care about them. Which now includes hotel rooms, homeless shelters, and a former jail paid for by local taxpayers. Who else is going to pay? These politicians? No. Well, I mean, if they're paying taxes as well, but they're getting so many kickbacks that it offsets that. On Monday, while announcing that the city will begin housing about 1,000 border crossers and illegal aliens in 50 churches. Churches? What churches are these? LGBTQ churches? That's a thing, by the way, now. You've got these weird faith ministries, these weird Christian offshoots with lesbian woman pastors and shit. Is that the kind of church we're dealing with? Maybe it's normie churches. Maybe they get money from the government. Maybe that's why. I guess tithes are down. Not as many people going to church and giving 10% of their pay to the church. So now they have to, grovel to the government for scraps. We'll house them, give us money, government. Yeah. Our ties have dried up. And faith-based shelters. Yeah. This is not charity. You're not helping. The spirit of charity is to give, but in a way that helps the person that you are showing so-called compassion to be able to get back on their fucking feet. So there's a positive payoff. I helped this dude who, through no fault of his own, ended up in shitty circumstances, and he gets back on his feet and becomes a productive member of society. How is this helping anybody? It's making these people leeches, permanent ones I might add, on the fucking system. They can't work legally. They're just going to be drains. They're not going to be productive. They're not going to give back. They're going to just continue taking. How is that compassion? Anyway, Adams suggested that he eventually hopes the city will pay New Yorkers to house migrants in their homes. Yeah, because that's really brilliant. That's going to work out real good. You can have all these illegal aliens who you know nothing about. How are you going to vet them? They're illegal aliens. In many cases, they have no fucking paperwork. And even if they do, they come from third world shitholes that have very little in regards to, dependable document management and record keeping. How are you going to vet these people? You don't know if you got somebody moving into your house who was a wonderful person or a fucking ex-murderer who's fleeing justice. You don't know. I foresee a lot of people getting killed in the middle of the night while they're sleeping or having their houses burgled by these people. Brilliant plan. It is my vision. It's a shitty vision. It should stay a vision. There's a reason dreams and visions are dreams and visions. They can only exist in your fucking head, you idealist moron. To take the next step to this faith-based locales. You mean these? And then move to private residences. Oh, yeah. Just another step along the road to communism. Yeah, we want to control the ways and means for production and administration in regards to housing. Yeah, everything. Let's just make the government bigger. Yeah, we want to have it so that illegal aliens are staying in people's houses now. Oh, you want to communalize private homes. So you're setting a precedent here. And you're also creating an entire bureaucratic instrument to administer this. So bigger government, more control of people's private residences, private property. Oh, that's great. Yeah, no slippery slope here. Oh, no. There are residents who are suffering right now because of economic challenges, so let's just give them the opportunity to rent out their rooms. By the way, if these people wanted to rent out rooms in their fucking house, couldn't they do that and make more money than the government's going to give them? Well, maybe not. The government might pay these people a pretty fucking penny, way more than these people could get in regards to fair market value to rent the rooms out. Maybe they can rent their room out for like $500 a month, and maybe the government's going to offer them $1,000 a month. In fact, the government is probably going to offer these people obscene amounts of money to house these illegal aliens. Because, of course, why not? They're incentivized to do so. The more they offer, the more money they gotta print. The more money they print, the more money that the global elite bankers make because they make their money off of debt. Great. Oh, they have spare rooms. Yeah, we're gonna take more money from them so we can give more money back to them. Brilliant. What a grift. They have locales, and if we can find a way to do this, we can take that 4.2 billion, 4.3 billion maybe. What 4.3 billion? You're broke. New York City's bankrupt, yo. Where's this money come from? What surplus have you got that you're talking about? The majority of rich people have left New York, yo. What surplus do you have that's 4.3 billion? That we potentially print more money to spend. You're going to have to raise taxes, buddy, or get it from the federal government. Yeah, well, raise taxes, and they're just going to print more money, right? They raised the debt ceiling. Well, let's raise the debt ceiling. And for those of you who don't know what that means, by the way, it means that we have this limit on how much debt we can incur this year. Well, let's raise that so we can incur more debt. So it means they can print more money and go into more debt. That's where the money's going to come from. Yeah. We could potentially have that to spend and put it back into the pockets of everyday New Yorkers. So you're going to print more money, which through inflation is a hidden tax, and it's going to steal the value of the money they already have, which ain't much, and you're going to give it back to them. Wow. Yeah, okay, great. Adam said illegal immigration in New York City, which costs New Yorkers about $5 million every day. Well, there's a solution to that. You can stop making your city a sanctuary one, and you can arrest all these people and deport them, or at least at the very least send them to another state and let them deal with it until it gets to a point where all these states say, no mas! Enough! Oh, and it just becomes so burdensome that public opinion turns against these kind of policies, and then politicians are forced to embrace an anti-illegal alien stance. And then the laws change in accordance with that public opinion. But no. We're going to keep our status as a safe place, for illegal aliens. Well, you vote for this stuff, you're going to get more of it. It's not sustainable. So your solution is to spend $5 billion? How the fuck is that sustainable, you moron? Wait. $5 million a day. So that's like about 1.6, 1.7 billion a year. So your solution, instead of spending 1.7 billion a year, is to spend 4.5. That makes sense. But instead of stopping inflow, he suggested, again, the federal... See, I called it. I'm the prognosticator of all fucking prognosticators. He suggested the federal government flips the bill. Yeah. Oh, and provide work permits, too. What? You shoot yourself in the foot even more. The federal government, they're going to give us money, and they're going to provide work permits for these people? You mean in New York City, where there's already no work, and wages are stagnant? Now you want to create even more competition for native New Yorkers for work and drive down wages? Because anybody with a brain knows you introduce more workers into a market, you're going to suppress wages because you're increasing the supply. So people who will do the job, there's more of them, so you can pay less overall. Duh! Yeah, I see he went to the AOC School of Economics. Yeah, provide work permits to border crossers and illegal aliens so they can come here and work in New York City and pay no taxes, because a lot of them are going to work under the table. They'll work under the table, or they'll work for almost no wages, and they'll end up sending a lot of their money in the form of remittances back to their home country, so that money won't benefit New York City. Meanwhile, actual New Yorkers doing those jobs would keep their money in New York and spend it in New York. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense there, Eric Adams. You pinhead, you. Vacant-eyed stare on this idiot. Look at him. Look at this fucking Momo. Don't want to listen to this video? No, I'm not set up to do video. I don't even have my earbuds plugged in. But that's great. That's a brilliant plan, Mr. Mayor. So we want the federal government to give them permits and maybe pay for this stuff, or we'll find some way to pay for it by, taxing people. So you're going to tax the wealthy, of course. We're going to tax everybody, including the wealthy, and thereby more and more rich people will end up leaving New York City. So your tax base will shrink, not get bigger. So the pool of available tax dollars will go down, even as you spend more money, which requires more tax dollars. So you're just going to print more money, which is going to devalue everybody's currency. So you're still taxing everybody, and then more people will leave New York. That's brilliant. So the solution is actually making the problem much, much worse. But of course it is, because, that's what you get when you have central planning. The government controlling the ways and means of production. These morons with their, Band-Aid, one solution fixes all the problem solutions that actually make all the problems worse because they created the problems so that they could then solve them. And then they tell you the other side created those problems, when really both sides did. So there you go. There you go. The brilliant plan of Mr. Adams is to probably pay people $100 a day, $200 a day, however much he thinks is a fair amount. He'll probably be paying them the exact same amount they were paying hotels, right? They're paying hotels like $150 a day to house illegal aliens. Wow, that's not a bad deal. You got a room that you would normally rent out for $500 a month. Now you got Mr. Eric Adams here offering you $100 a fucking day, $150 a day to house some illegal alien. You're making up. You're making out, man. You're making out like a fucking bandit. You're cleaning out. You're cleaning up hand over fist, man. You're making money hand over fucking fist. Of course, your taxes go up, and the value of your money goes down, and the purchasing power goes down in accordance with the amount of money that is being printed. So as that money supply goes up, your purchasing power goes down, 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 down. Oh, but you think you're winning when you're actually losing. That's brilliant, Mr. Adams. Yeah. So there you go. There you go. New York's brilliant plan is to pay private citizens to house illegal aliens and then give those illegal aliens work permits. But they won't be paying rent. You'll be paying their rent. And whatever money they make, which they'll have quite a bit of a surplus because they don't have to pay rent, and they'll probably be getting food stamps, so they won't have any food expenses. And they're in New York. Who the fuck drives in New York? People walk or ride bikes, which they're probably going to give these people for free as well. And they're already giving them free cell phones. They're probably going to give them free bikes to get to work as well. A job that they essentially stole from an American citizen just by being there and taking that job. And so are they going to pay taxes on that money? In many cases, no. So they're not going to be paying rent. They're not going to be paying for food. So they got all this extra cashola that they're going to send back to Guatemala, whatever fucking shithole they're from, Venezuela. And you're going to flip the bill for all of that, as well as losing all of that nice, juicy, tax revenue. Because, again, a lot of these people are going to work under the fucking table. And even if their wages do get taxed, even if they do use that work permit to work above board, you're still paying their rent, you're still paying their food, and they're going to send whatever money they would normally spend on that back to Chile, wherever the fuck they're from. So brilliant plan, Eric Adams. So let me know what you think of this genius idea to incentivize more illegal aliens to move to New York City and pay their rent by paying private homeowners to house them. Yeah. Because that's gonna take the burden off of the system. Yeah. Really? Well, it's gonna actually put more of a burden on the system. But let me know what you think in the comments. Please like and subscribe to my BitChute channel if you have not already. If you want to hear more unfiltered, unadulterated truth, BitChute.com/The Realist Philosopher. That's BITCHUTE.com/The Realist Philosopher. Go check it out.